Hey everyone, welcome back, and today we will check one of the user request. Okay, so user has requested, IBM tools notification. You can see this. This is a question here. We have to replace the domains with none. Okay, so the domains which is other than .com. Okay, so the recruiter will display some few domains or few mail IDs, and then you have to find out the incorrect domains, and then you have to replace that with null. So that's the ask here. Okay, so to solve this question, you should be strong with the string functions, and then necessary component. Okay, so we'll just get started with this session, and then if you're new to the channel, you can check the link above. I've just pinned that. You can go and watch the entire interview playlist. So we'll just get started. Okay, so remember, like, we have to, in this question we have to first find out these things. Okay, first to validate the domains and then to replace. So there are two, concepts involved. Okay, so for that, first I'll just tell you the expectation. Okay, so some tricky, some tricky questions. Okay, so mail id questions will come. Okay, will be there. Okay, so you should know how to, how to play with this. Okay, for this, they will expect you to be strong in the string functions. Okay, whether, okay, if you are good at string functions, I think the string functions, uh, you should see string functions. You'll get better when you practice. Okay, so no other go. So you practice a lot. You think you solve various use cases, and then you solve, and then it will come. Okay, so that's that's their aim. They will just say whether you're good at testing function. Okay, it's normal for data engineer. Okay, so wherever you go, even if you apply for some other Python code, like they will test you with the string function. Okay, most of the data transformation will be like including string. Okay, so the concept checklist here is string function, obviously. Okay, so for this, I'll be using string or index. Okay, and then a substring. Okay, so these two I will just use. Okay, and then for no for correcting that domain. Okay, for replacing I will just use a replace. So or index, substring, and replace. Okay, so this one is for, I'll just tell you. Okay, finding. Okay, and this one is for, retrieving that particular, domain part and validating. Okay, so these two combined to validate, and then this one is for the transformation. Okay, transformation, like the operation, your replace operation. Okay, so these three string functions are highly important. Okay, and then basic reformat. Okay, so this is just a one to row. Okay, so each row we have to correct. So basic reformat will do. So this will do. Okay, so this is a, this is a concept, like, like it's a simple one. Okay, so you don't have to, just you should focus on the coding part. So I put reformat. Okay, let's, it's a ETL design. So you just do that DML properly. Okay, so just give that string, string, and then some data. Okay, you just name that field properly, and then we'll go for the code. Okay, so in the transform, so in the reformat transform, the first thing I told you is that string or index. Okay, so this is nothing but, you know I'll tell you. Okay, if you're new to the string functions, string or index. Okay, so that will, string or index, you can study this. Okay, you can study about this function in the, in this site. Okay, in this official site. You don't have to, go and search anywhere. You can straight log into the site with your ID, and then I can study there. So string or index will find out, the second. Okay, so second or third occurrence. Okay, last, let's say last occurrence, last occurrence of your uh, okay, whatever you decide pattern or whatever. Okay, whatever, you just give. Okay, so the thing is, now see, my what I'm going to do is, first I'll just, okay, find out the, the domain part. Okay, first I'll just validate the domain. Okay, so first point would be, I'll just validate the domain. Okay, if the domain is, okay, .com or something else. Okay, or others. Okay, or other. So this one I validate. Okay, and then if domain is, uh, if domain is not, .com, then I'll just replace. Okay, I'll just write the code. Okay, else part I'll just keep the same. Okay, this is the logic. Okay, so this is my core logic. Okay, this is my core logic. Okay, So these two. So I have to remember these 2 points. Okay, to code that. So I'll just start the coding. Okay. So okay, how dot reformat you can refer to my reformat playlist. Okay, I don't have to specify that entire skeleton. Okay, so for the skeleton you can follow the code structure, you can follow the playlist. Okay, reformat playlist. Okay, so I'll just try to go to the core line. Okay, so here my DML would be data. Okay, string data. So data. Okay, so now I told you, right. So if the domain is .com, so how do you find that? You have to segregate that domain part. How will you segregate? Okay, so how will you segregate that particular domain part? How will you segregate? By using a substring. Okay, so I'm writing a code, to do a substring. Okay, so first substring. Okay, so now in the data. Okay, so my email ID. Now the position. Okay, so which position I have to start? Okay, so which position I have to start? Okay, I see there are, see in some emails there will be like some other you have a dot here. Okay, so you have to know, find out the last occurrence. Okay, last dot. Okay, last. So that's why we are using R index. Okay, so we'll find out the R index. Okay, of this dot. Okay, R index will get you the last dot position. Okay, it will get this position number. For example, let's say here. Okay, abc@gmail.com. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so my string or index of for this row will return you 10. Then you can give 10 comma, okay, whatever. Okay, so here it will start from the 10. Okay, your occurrence. Okay, your dot occurrence. So for this I'm writing the code. Okay, so my where should I start? Okay, so here in dot data. Okay, or index, and then uh, okay, dot. Okay, so this one. Okay, so my position should be this one. Okay, so 10. For example, for this row, for third row it will be 10. For the first row, 1 2 3 4, 5. Okay, see, this will not be considered for the index. Okay, because we are going for the R index. Okay, so it will consider this dot. So it will take out this number, and then you can go, you can that number will come. Okay, that portion will come, and then comma. Okay, 4 or 3, whatever. Okay, that length. Okay, so for example, normally the domain will have a dot. Okay, for example, dot com. Okay, so you have 1 2 3 4, length 4, right? So I have given the length as 4. Okay, so this one. Okay, now make sure bracket is closed. Okay, I'll make sure that, yeah, bracket is closed. So this one. Okay, if this one is not equal to .com, so for that I'll just write a code not equal to like .com. Okay, so then what should I do? I'll just close the bracket. Okay, so if there are other domains, then what should I do? Okay, so I'll just write. Okay, I'll just write a replace command. Okay, so string replace. Okay, so for this, even for this also. Okay, string replace. Okay, what should I replace? I should replace the data. Okay, given my mail ID. Okay, now here, even for this I have to use this same line. Okay, same line, because see from here. Okay, like what should I replace? Okay, what should I replace the, from where to where? Okay, so here I'll just use this one. I'll just locate the uh, dot. Okay, so this one. Okay, so I'll just, yeah, so string replace. Okay, so this one will give you the, okay, for example here I'll just close the bracket correctly. Yeah, so this one will give you the, proper thing to. Okay, now we have found out. Okay, we have found out, for example, for this one will return you dot ice. Okay, for your second row. Let's say second row, we are taking second row. Okay, first row will not be selected because like we have the proper domain. Second row will be dot ice. Okay, so here this domain is not matching with the .com. So your if will work. Okay, if will be true, and then you are entering into this here. Okay, so now we have to select. Okay, for string replace we have to, replace the source string with the destination string. Okay, so our destination string would be this one. Okay, so this is our target string. we'll be replacing this. Okay, we'll be replacing this with the target string. Okay, so this one you make sure the bracket is correctly closed. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, so then here I'm just closing. Okay, so now else part, else in dot data. Okay, for the no correct domains. So for the improper domains, this is my code. Okay, so the thing is, you have to find out this logic. Okay, so you should know how to play with the string functions. Okay, so and then can practice this in your GD. Okay, so okay, just know if there's any issue, then ping in the comment below. Okay, I'll just check that issue, but this should work. Okay, the simple code. So this should work. Like first understand. Okay, understand like what you're going to do. Okay, suppose if you have some other domain also. Okay, for example, abcd dot street. Okay, at gmail.com. Okay, so even for this string, this code will work. Okay, so this code will run and it will find out. For example, I will just write as a cod. Okay, so the first if condition will execute, and then here dot cod, that is not matching with the dot com, so this condition will be true. Okay, so not equal to dot com, so if condition will be true, and then it will go here, it will replace this mail id. Okay, it will plug out this four. Okay, this this dot cod, and then it will replace with abcd dot street at gmail.com. Okay, so you don't touch this dot. Okay, the no it will take this dot from here to end, and then it will replace with the dot com or null. Okay, so in this case, the question is about replacing with null. Okay, so what I'll do is that I'll just take out this. Okay, I'll just do nothing. Okay, so null. Okay, so here that's it. Okay, at gmail. So basically based on whatever condition you give here. Okay, whatever targeting, if you don't give anything null, if you give something, it will replace with the whatever you can whatever you wanted it. Okay, so there are multiple questions. Okay, if you want to replace with the proper .com domain, you can give the target string here. If you don't want to give anything, no, if you want to give some space, you can give space. Okay, if you don't want to give anything, you can leave it as it is. Okay, so that's it. Okay, that's it. Practice this in your GD, and then study prepare well for your interval, mainly on the strings. Okay, so substring is like important. Okay, so that will be there, and mostly like you'll be receiving the question. But apart from that, you have some rare or index. Okay, so you have or index, and then you have other set of functions will be there. So practice that accordingly. Okay, so I'll just see you guys in the next video.